everyone. So I thought I'd kind of do like a follow-on video, because I previously did a video on KETTAMA and how to like make and recreate his stabs, like a signature part of his sound. So I looked at like how to create them from scratch, how to, if you don't want to create them from scratch, how to just create stabs using audio samples, and then kind of like how to roughly program them using MIDI. But there is actually another way that you can do that programming. Both sides kind of have their upsides and their downsides, I guess. But so instead of dropping one of these synths into a sampler and programming the MIDI, what you can actually do is drop the sample in. So this is an example I've done where I've used one of his stabs, but it kind of has a different benefit by doing it in audio. So with MIDI, you can typically play back that sample at different pitches, and you can of course alter how long the note is. And you could do the exact same thing with this, but you can also do other things. So you can alter how long the note is by doing this, which you can also do in MIDI. You can alter its key, which is perhaps easier to do in MIDI, arguably, but you can choose the pitch of different notes. But one thing to note is that changing the pitch in audio, you can see how much the sample is actually being stretched if it isn't warped, which is a useful feature. You can also alter its fade out. So you can properly customize each individual note. So basically audio gives you a bit more control over each individual note. And you can make stuff very choppy, and you can basically visualize. So there is upsides and downsides, but I personally like doing in audio. So I'll just play it to show you how it sounds. So that's like kind of like the main drop I've gone for on this track I'm in the process of making. And then as like kind of like a B part, I'll just play it. So it's kind of like two sections, which is very stabby, very choppy, and I would almost argue I probably wouldn't have come up with something like that in MIDI, just playing the notes, but actually being able to visualize the audio, chop it up, alter its pitch, its timing, its fades. You can even like reverse samples. There's a lot more you can do to manipulate in audio, I feel. So what I'll be doing is trying to recreate or create a stab loop using an audio sample, essentially. Another way you can do it in a similar style to KETTAMA. So what I've done is I have duplicated this original track, not for any other reason than to take some of its effects. So there was a plate, a microshift from Sound Toys, which is I believe a chorusy plugin. So the idea is to find a stab sample that works from the bat. So just to make life easy, I actually created a folder of like KETTAMA stabs, which aren't available anywhere, sadly. But you can get a sample pack which has stabs. These are stabs that I've sampled from his track. So if I drop this in, this is the stab I'm going to use. I could use that one, but this is like his signature kind of like piano stab, and it's quite good because it's got a lot of that tail end. So let's just, I'm just gonna so we've got an EQ. I'm going to keep the chorus on, and it's being sent to reverbs, delays, that kind of thing. So it's got quite a lot of reverb on it. I'll probably filter it as well. And obviously for that stab sound, you want it to be shorter. So you could do this. But what I like to do instead is just simply chop it. So it fades out a bit. You could add like a small fader. So if I just shut up, probably, because it's probably best if I just stop talking for a bit and just kind of show my process of doing this. So I will loop this. So I basically try and find a pattern that works using this stab. I think I want like this. I want it on the beat instead. Okay, that's a bit rhythmic. So I'm basically looking to build on this. So I'd normally start with the initial note first. Let's get a 4-bar loop. So I've got the basic note, and I then want to maybe add some variations, so like shorten the note and speed it up. I don't like that, so I'd maybe short. So yeah, I've kind of got like a basic rhythm with just the one note, and then I could start trying to make things interesting by pitching it. And you'll see as I pitch it, because it's not warped, it stretches the sample. So I might have to do some more cutting. I could pitch it down, or I could pitch it up. I think that is on the beat. Maybe pitch it up 7. quite sick. So you can make it as bass as stripped as you want it. Like I said with the MIDI clips, there's not really like any given rules, but basically just get creative, have repeated notes, have single notes. Play around with pitches, that kind of thing. And like one of the upsides with the audio is you can basically make every individual note have a different ADSR. So do you want this note to be really quick? Probably not. Maybe this note really quick. Maybe as well make the attack a bit, it's like a sweep. So you can basically alter every, if you think of these as individual like MIDI notes in a MIDI clip, or you can really sort as the duration of the note, which is kind of what we're doing, the pitch and the velocity in MIDI. But with this, you can make every single sample unique and have its own ADSR envelope, which if you were using a sampler, you couldn't necessarily do, because when it's in the sampler, you set the ADSR settings and it stays like that. So if this is quite a basic loop, to be fair, but if I was to get even more crazy, you have to make sure that it's not totally mental. But maybe add in a reverse. I like the repetitive note for this kind of stuff. So yeah, obviously it's all about like fine tuning and stuff. So another beauty about doing it like this way is like how I showed. So it might be a bit hard to differentiate, but obviously this is the main, and then you can easily switch up your sections as well. That's like a B section, so you can basically create unlimited loops and highlight all these notes once you're fine with them and consolidate them. So yeah, the possibilities are pretty much endless with this kind of stab loop. Basically taking any kind of existing stab sample already, and experimenting with playing it back at different durations, pitches, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this one. I just wanted to kind of do a follow-up on the previous one because I'm aware that there's like multiple ways to program these kind of like stab loops in a similar style to KETTAMA and other artists. So yeah, hopefully that has helped everyone. As a reminder, you can get all the resources from the series Volume 1 on KETTAMA from the link in the description, including like a sample pack and other project files. Not this one, because this is a song I'm in the process of making. So yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.